Hey, you guys, back with another message. God was revealing to me that a lot of God's children, we go through different phases, especially with our family and how our family treats us or mistreats us and things of that nature. And so God was revealing to me that, you know, um, whenever you're going through certain seasons of your life, you will experience certain things with your family. So in one season of your life, you might experience your family wanting to be around you all the time, especially when they feel like you're going through or when you're going through a lot of stuff. When you're going through a lot of warfare, when it's like you can never catch a break. It's like you always, during that time, felt like you had people around you. Reason being because some of your family members were doing some of these things to you, doing black magic to you, and they're being monitoring spirits and making sure that whatever type of warfare or witchcraft they were doing was working. Then you might go into another phase where to your family would like they don't want to be around you anymore. They try to make you go into a season of isolation, which is all for your good. But it's because you start letting God deal with you and God starts to elevate you, and some people get jealous of that. All right. And so they can't take it, so they don't want to be around you. Or they try to make it seem like you're the problem when really the problem with this within them. So they don't want to be around you, and they don't want nobody else to be around you either. Because what they try to do to you is no longer working. Like I said, when you get to the point and you start to grow in God, he starts to do the work to you and through you, and you just begin to grow in God. And so when God starts to elevate you in different areas in your life, a lot of people can't take it. But recently, God revealed to me about some family members will get to the point to where they don't want to be no longer around you because they're embarrassed. And the reason why they're embarrassed is because the things that they tried to do to you, now they're dealing with. The witchcraft, the warfare that they try to send your way to try to destroy you, now they're dealing with it, and they're embarrassed, and they don't want you to know that they're going through what they're going through because of how they did you. And God revealed that to me like this morning. He was just like really dealing with me. Like I couldn't even listen to any other radio or anything. I had to just ride in silence because he was just showing me, he was like, a lot of people, a lot of my children's different people don't want them around, not because that they're jealous of them, but now there's because is that the judgment done set in, and the judgment has hit them, and they're embarrassed, and they don't want nobody to know. So that's why they don't want to be around you. That's why they don't invite you to certain functions and things of that nature. It's because they're embarrassed. I was coaching a client, and I was telling the person that, in the book of Matthew, Jesus said that our words are seeds, and people don't realize that when they sow these seeds, these words of discord, these words of hatefulness, these words of jealousy, and all these different things and harm, they are, whether they realize it or not, releasing spirits to come war and attack you. Well, however, if you are covered and you are protected and you know these things and you are able to see in the spiritual realm, or God is warning you to pray fast, to pray against these things, those things have to go return to sender. They have to go back, because when they sent those things out, they didn't go out to fulfill what they were supposed to fulfill, which was to take you out. And so since you are covered by God, since you are protected, and since God has assigned angels to war on your behalf, these demons, these spirits have to go back to the source. And when it go back to the source, it has to collect. So since it couldn't collect on you, it has to collect on someone. So now it's collecting on the people that sent it. And so they are too embarrassed to invite you to certain things because they don't want you to see that they're going through the things that they wished upon you. Some of these people were praying for your downfall. Some of these people was wishing and hoping for your downfall. And now that you are no longer dealing with some of the things that they try to send to you to start with, now that God has delivered you from that, Now that God is uplifting you and causing you to reach a new level in your life, they are going through and they're too embarrassed to admit it. Some of these people are so prideful. God had told these people they need to apologize, but they don't want you to feel like you can say, I told you so, which you're not that type of person. It's just that you're going to be like, well, you can't render evil for evil, or you can't expect good when you're doing wickedness, right? And, I'm in the book of Isaiah. God got me in the book of Isaiah. And I was trying to figure out why God got me in the book of Isaiah. And the more I read it, the more clear it is to me. But in the book of Isaiah, he talks a lot about calamity. But he also talks a lot about how God is going to deal with um, our enemies, and how God is actually going to bless his children at the same time. He talks about judgment, right? But he also talks about blessings too as well, to encourage the people that God said he's going to bless, his promises shall be fulfilled. And so while you are going through your blessed season, they're going to be going through their judgment and wrath season. They're going to be experiencing calamity. And some of these things that they're going to be experiencing, y'all, is the things that they wished upon you. Some of your family members, they were okay with you as long as you wasn't doing better than them. They were okay with you as long as they were living a life that they want you to live, not the life that God has called you to live. And that's not of God. A lot of people, your family, your friends, they wanted you to be the bottom of the barrel, to make them feel good about themselves. They wanted you to be broke, busted, and disgusted, to make them feel good about themselves. But what type of person are you where you feel good about yourself when it comes to somebody else's downfall, or when you come to somebody else of how somebody else's standard of living is? What does that have to do with you? But some people will really base their life upon how other people are doing around them, instead of basing their life upon what God is saying about their life, and them working their assignment and walking in their purpose. And so if you're not being invited, I told you, every God's children are going through different phases. If you're not being invited to certain things, it's not necessarily because they're jealous and angry of you right now in this season, because a lot of people are going through judgment. It's because they're too embarrassed to invite you. They don't want you to see how bad they are doing. They don't want you to see the judgment that they're going through. And it's also a good thing too. You might not need to be around them during this season and this time, because you have such a caring heart that it will bother you to see the type of judgment that they're going through. But this is the type of judgment that they wanted on you. This is the type of wrath and wickedness that they were trying to get you to go through by going to unholy places, by speaking, witchcraft and stuff over you and over your life and over your future. These are some of the people that has been trying to block you for years when it comes to, achieving different things: marriage, children, businesses, schools, you know, jobs. These same people try to block you in so many areas, and now they are being hindered, or they are going through the things that they wished upon you. And that's why they're embarrassed. And that's why they not inviting you to certain things. And it's okay. You, like I said, you don't need to be around them, because because when you are really truly a child of God, and you really have like a heart for people, even though when someone did you wrong, it will still bother you to see them go through. But God will allow us to be separated, so we can still fulfill our assignment and do what we need to do, and not get in God's way, because he's going to do what he wants to do anyway, as far as how he rendered his judgment, his wrath upon your enemies, and how people treated you. But you just have to keep going. So just wanting to come and share this, because God was like really dealing with me about this, about how some people, family members and friends, the reason why they're not inviting you, because they're too embarrassed to invite you to certain things, or they're too embarrassed to be around you, because now they're going through judgment. Now they're going through the witchcraft attempts and stuff that they try to place upon you. It done went back and it went return to sender. So just pray for them. Pray for their strength in the Lord. Pray for them to get delivered. Pray for them to be healed, set free. And pray for them to do the right thing, because a lot of them have to come back and apologize and make things right, but they're still in their dealing with their pride, and God is going to deal with that serious spirit of pride. So pray for them. Pray for them that they endure. Okay. So I love you guys. I pray that you all have an amazing day, and I will chat with you all later.